Oh yeah, finally. While Friday night's first round game was a classic in all of the wrong goddamn ways, Miami and Texas A&M are making their playoff debut, in which will probably be the best football game played all day Saturday. I'm sure this one's going to be a classic for all of the right reasons, right? Yeah, no, a dead ass. This game was such a clusterfuck, I have to break out the goddamn Sickos Bowl tag for it. Why? Simple. 100,000 angry red asses, 2 inept offensive attacks, 2 surprisingly good defensive fronts, and 30+ mile-an-hour wind gusts resulted in a game so fucking awful, it makes the hospital pizza game look like the goddamn Super Bowl.
Louisville, you're a poverty football program!
From the get-go, you could tell this game was going to be a slog. A&M's notorious for slow starts, and they crawled their way downfield into field goal range, but got knocked out of it and came away with nothing. What does Miami do with this opportunity? A gentleman's 3 and out. Quality playoff football here. A&M's offense would then go on a nice-looking drive deep into Miami territory, but Marcel Reed shows us the first symptom of battered Aggie syndrome today with a fumble. How does Miami capitalize on this opportunity? How about another gentleman's 3 and out? Sure, Malachi Toney and Mark Fletcher are looking okay today, but A&M's defense is too good, and Carson Beck is too bad to do anything. We all collectively settled in for a defensive stalemate for the remainder of the first quarter, wondering who the fuck is going to score. Then, we finally saw an actual big play for the first time all day. A 59-yard bomb from Reed to Mario Craver to set up the Aggies at the 11-yard line. Surely this will result in a touchdown. No? Alright. Miami put up a goal line stand. You try. Just take the points and regroup.
That Zirkle will knock one through. He was the backup to start the year, but Randy Bond, there it is. It is deflected on a low kick.
Oh, God. That was bad on so many levels. I shouldn't be surprised, though. A&M's kickers are so bad they can't even kick rocks if you tell them to. This is now the second drive today, resulting in A&M being turned away by kicking themselves in the dick. Gee, I wonder if Miami will take advantage. Of fucking course not, it's Miami with Carson Beck. They ain't doing shit. A playoff game is about to be tied at 0-0 going into the half. What do we do to deserve this punishment, God?
Texas. Toney looking into the sun. Malachi Toney. Outside, down the sideline. They do trip him up at the last minute.
If it wasn't for Malachi Toney being here, Miami wouldn't be, and that just proved why. Despite the great field position, though, Miami could do nothing with it. Now they get to try a field goal, kicking it into swirling 30-mile-an-hour winds. Yeah, this isn't going to end well, is it?
And that wasn't the case at the beginning of the year. Carter Davis. And that ball, you could see it get driven wide by the wind.
That's not good, but forgivable. Most NFL kickers would struggle in this shit. A&M, can you perform a successful 2-minute drill at least?
Still make mistakes. It's a fake punt, and it is an incomplete pass. Still make mistakes. It's a fake punt.
What the fuck is this?
What the actual fuck are you doing? A fake punt just outside of Miami's field goal range? Are you trying to lose this game, Mike Elko? Good God, Carson Beck fucking sucks, but he's competent enough to get into field goal range from here. At least Miami will finally get some points on the board, right?
Just his first today from 47. This is from 40 in the lead at the half. Oh, those kickers.
For the first time in playoff history, it's a scoreless first half. At this point, I'm watching this live and begging for the sweet release of death, along with everybody else watching it with me. But sadly, we still have 30 more minutes to get through this shit. Just when I was about to do some day drinking with a whole-ass bottle of whiskey, though, Miami came out of the half and... Wait a minute, this is offense? Holy shit. I never thought I would forget what an offense looks like. Thank God Miami not only put together a decent drive, but actually makes the fucking field goal. It was a 21-yard chip shot. You ain't missing that even with the swirling winds. Miami takes the lead and Texas A&M begins to sweat bullets. Now it's their turn to march down the field.
Four-man rush, clean pocket, Reed too high and intercepted. Picked off by the freshman Fitzgerald. Bryce Fitzgerald down the sideline and out of bounds near the 20.
Or punch yourselves in the dick again. That works too. Miami's defense forces A&M to make their third mistake of the afternoon and now have the ball in the red zone. Wait, you went 3 and out?
That's off the upright and no good.
Can someone please stop giving this game drugs? I'm seriously getting tired of this shit. This isn't a defensive slugfest. That ship sailed hours ago. This game has devolved into 2 old men mud wrestling in a pigsty. No one wants to see this. Everyone is upset, and at least one of these poor bastards is going to wind up dead from drowning in actual shit, if not both of them. But finally, mercifully, A&M's offense got downfield and didn't punch themselves in the dick. They tied the game 3-3. Oh God, please don't let this go to overtime, I beg you! It's early in the fourth, so plenty of time for Miami to march downfield and retake the lead. A&M's defense has been strong today, but they are running out of gas. Just don't make any mistakes and it'll be fine.
Short of 100 on 12 carries. They fake the delay to him. Beck over the middle. Caught. Tony, the ball's out! He got stripped at the end of the run! And Damian Sanford recovered. Dalton Brooks ripped it out.
Oh no. The prodigal son has failed you. Malachi Tony, the single best player on this offense this season, just fumbled the ball. Surely this is where the Miami collapse starts and A&M pulls away, right?
On 3rd down and 6 on the fringe of field goal range. Flag down. Reed taken down.
What do you mean they had to punt? Is anyone going to play some actual goddamn offense today? Please, God, I beg you, give me one solid drive of offense. That's all I ask. One fucking drive! I don't think the good Lord heard a single thing that I just said, but I think Mark Fletcher sure as shit did. He put the Hurricanes on his back and said, "Come with me if you want to live." This sets up Miami in the red zone, but with it being 3rd and 5 and 2 minutes left, you need to capitalize on this opportunity.
Pound. 5 plays on the drive, all of them carries by Fletcher for 75 yards. Undoubtedly, no, they're not going to give it again. They're going to give it to Tony. Tony scores a touchdown! What a call by Shannon Dawson. Beautifully executed.
Oh.
Malachi Tony comes to the forefront for Miami again.
Malachi fucking Tony. A single sweep to the outside stuns Aggie land into silence. He goes from the pariah after the fumble to the hero alongside Fletcher. But the job ain't finished yet. A&M is panicking now, and they furiously drive downfield in a desperate 2-minute drill. Miami's defense is letting A&M burn the clock while doing everything possible to keep them out of the end zone, sacrificing life and limb to save their season and end the Aggies. Their efforts do not go in vain.
E.J. Smith, the running back. Reed gets it to the end zone. Intercepted! Picked off again by the freshman, Bryce Fitzgerald.
One of the worst games of the year becomes one of the biggest moments in Miami football history. Miami has won on the road in College Station and knocked off Texas A&M. Aggieland is left in complete shambles. I would mock A&M, but number one, I've done that enough as it is, and number two, I know an Aggie who could probably give a better debrief on A&M football than I can. Bull, go right ahead.
Well, the Aggies came up short. Go ahead. Make your roller coaster jokes. We get it. go ahead and ignore the fact that this is the first time we broke the 8-4 curse in a long time, and the first time we made the playoffs ever in our history, and the first time A&M won 11 games since George H.W. Bush's first term. Go ahead. Ignore the fact that for many people, including myself, this was the best A&M season we've ever witnessed. Go ahead. If you're the kind of person, though, that looks at an 11-2 record, admittedly a disappointing finish, maybe we could have won the Miami game. I don't think we'd have beaten Ohio State if we had. But all in all, what most people would call a pretty good year. But if you're the kind of person who looks at a year where, with a second-year head coach, I'm going to read y'all a quote from Mr. Elko himself, we were not an elite program ready to compete for a national championship when we took over. We're still not. We're working to become it. I think clearly these last 2 games showed there's still room in areas we have to continue to grow. That's a good mindset. This was a major improvement from the 8-4 finish and collapse. Last year's Aggies, and God knows Jimbo's Aggies, would have fallen apart against Notre Dame or the second half against LSU. They certainly would have come back that second half game against Carolina. This A&M team was better. It wasn't a world beater, but it was better. If you're the kind of person who looks at 11-2 in a first-round playoff exit and thinks, what a terrible, awful way to end the season, and doesn't focus on those 11 games, you're, 1, probably incredibly insufferable to be around, and 2, you're probably a fan of Ohio State, Texas, or Alabama. I'm calling it as I see it. The fact that at any point the head coaches of those 3 teams have been on the hot seat within the last 2 years is fucking mental to me. The point I'm making here is that, I spent less time this year watching Aggie football than I ever have before, and I've been happier. So perhaps that's the takeaway y'all should go ahead and have from this. Spend less time watching football. Go out and have fun with your friends. As for me, it's 80 degrees, and I'm thinking some beach football sounds pretty good. Playing it instead of watching it. So that's all I got for y'all. Make good decisions, all that other jazz that I would normally say on my channel. But also, Melakaliki Maka, bitches. Thanks and gig 'em.
As for Miami, they become the first ACC team to win a playoff game in the 12-team era. This win has also single-handedly revived the reputation of the ACC. Is the conference as a whole a train wreck? Oh, fuck yeah, it is. Miami isn't even the ACC champ. 8-5 Duke is, and they're stuck in fucking El Paso, stroking Tony the Tiger's nuts in the Sun Bowl. But Miami finally got over the hump that has been stopping them for years. They are actually, finally, legit. They've won a playoff game, they're going to the Cotton Bowl, and are positioned for a potential run that could result in their first national championship since 2002. Wait a minute. You play Ohio State?
Your time is inflated.